What's up? Good morning, folks. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it to the freaking weekend. Well, not quite. We still got to go through our day. But, we're going to have a good day on purpose. We're going to be blessed. And love who love you, right? Anyway, it's deeper than that. But I got a good word for you guys. Give me a minute. Anyway, get in the comments after you subscribe. Get in the comments and tell me what's your weekend plans. The ripple effect. You never know when the small things you do will be what God uses to do great things. We all are part of a plan, great or small. Amen. Great or small, we all part of a plan. So my plan today, let me just talk about my plans. I'm going to take a minute and just speak about yours truly. I plan to take care of patients. That take me out of my bag, if I'm feeling a way about assignments or like out of all the other first assistants who always have the easiest assignment. If I think about that, I will be offended because I'm part of a plan. Thankfully, I can do any service: ortho, plastics, robotics, vascular, and all of the surgeons accept me in the room because my skill level is. I've been around for a long time. I started doing this when I was in the Air Force. Okay, I started out as a surgical tech in the Air Force. But anyway, so yeah, that's just. And I'm thankful for that because I see some assistants, because they're weak in some areas, the surgeons don't want them in the room, and I'm so blessed that I've not experienced that in my years. I've experienced surgeons getting frustrated, yelling, and things like that because that's just what it is. It's surgery, right? You're saving lives. If you're doing a carotid, you're saving someone's life, preventing strokes or whatever. So you have to be vigilant. You have to, pay attention as an assistant and be that surgeon's backbone. Anyway, we're all part of a plan. All right, so I plan on dropping some mess on your heads. The first mess I want to drop is, let's talk about Toni and Kemp. Well, topic Toni, she actually got online. You know what she do? Go live all day. I guess around noon or maybe 2 o'clock, she might roll out to her front yard somewhere in PG County and put out her body butters and all that madness. And now I even saw that she pulled a massage chair out. So anyway, that's what she do, right? And then she go back in the house and get online and drink. Now at this point, once she finished selling her lotions and soaps and all this other shit, and giving her friend who she hang out with, if you check out her live, the girl that's with her, the light-skinned lady, she'll get back to the house, I guess around evening hours, get that glass of wine and start talking her shit. So one day this week, she got on there and started talking her shit about Beyonce's parenting skills, basically saying that Blue Ivy is a little girl. Why do you have her on stage dancing in front of millions of people every night like a hoochie mama and all this other shit? And Tia Kemp responded, I know she's not um, judging someone's parenting. Hence, Black China is Tokyo Toni's daughter. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not even going to go trash in Tokyo today. And then Tia also brought up um, Tokyo's 25-year-old stud. Not the one recently that Tokyo posted up with, that she was getting a massage and singing Never Could Have Made It and twerking and all that madness to Marvin Sapp's, sorry, not Marvin Sapp. Marvin Sapp, yes, but one of Marvin Sapp's songs. They were singing and smoothing all over each other. But the other girl, Asia, who allegedly broke in Tokyo Toni, toxic Tokyo Toni's house, okay? The 25-year-old that came down from Alabama. Anyway, Tia was like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about you wanting that young girl to eat your coochie, all right? So the weird thing is, Tokyo jumped on live and was listening to that interview, and she didn't say anything, but I guess because she's, keep a blunt in her hand. So she claims she don't get high. She just keep a blunt in her hand for no reason. Smoking gas for no reason. Smoking on that za for no reason. So she said that she was reading it. Listening to it in the car. And I thought that maybe she would have responded then, but I guess it flew over her. And then someone pointed it out. Hey, because I almost wanted to point it out, but someone pointed it out. Did you just hear what Tia even said when you played the video? And then she came back later, juiced up off of a blunt and some damn wine, and Lord knows what else. But anyway, that's all I believe she smoked. And then, her mouth, she's a Libra, so that reckless mouth and, saying all this reckless shit, sending out threats to do whatever and don't do anything. But we saw your hands, Toni. You squabbled up with Carlissa, who knocked you on your behind, and you squabbled up with Asia when she told you that you wanted her to eat your coochie. So I don't see your hands looking like that. Your hands look crazy, actually. But anyway, yeah, so you went back, she came back and responded to Tia and was like, rah, 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 bitch, I'm gonna swell your lips up. Like, square up. But, Toni, when her commentary is, she speak with conviction and she's growling and all that. So that's part of who she is. But it's all bark, no bite. But anyway, let's get off of that because I'll let you guys view the videos and drop your caption, because honestly, Toni was wrong for saying what she said. Okay, I can understand her judging Beyonce's parenting. Everybody has a mouth, a mind, they can judge what they want, right? But Toni, you can't be mad that people are in return telling you, laughing their ass off, and now throwing Black China in it, saying, what? Your daughter was a whole sex worker, believing the devil, and all this other stuff. But Toni said she delivered her daughter from the devil, so she don't care what you guys say. She delivered her from the devil, and let the devil get right into her ass, because ain't no damn way the way that lady will be the first. One of the commandments is, respect your mother and father. I'm sure that goes to respect other people's mama and daddy too, Toni. Anyway, let's talk about who is Harley Parternak. Who the fuck is Harley Parternak? All right, so I did my research, just a little research, because Harley Parternak was brought up on Jason Lee Robinson's, Benzino Robinson. It was brought up on his show, with Candace Owens this past Sunday. I guess that was May the 5th. I don't know, May the 4th. Anyway, his name was brought up because back in November 2022, this guy who serves as a personal trainer to, well, he has worked with Rihanna, he has worked with Lady Gaga, Megan Fox, just to name a few, right? And I guess this guy apparently administered drugs as well to keep people calm. I have no idea what his background is. I don't care what his background is, but I just looked him up a little bit because Candace Owens brought him up with allegations. I'll let you guys check the allegations out on your own, and saying that, you know, she kind of brought up the old stuff that went down when he was still working with Kanye West, and then Kanye, you know, they had a falling out and a lot of shit went down. Kanye released texts that this guy sent to him telling him, you know, he's going to send him back to an institution and have them medicate him up, and seeing his kids wouldn't be the same. At that time, Kanye was really in love with Kemp and wanted to see the kids because he was obviously drugged up, right? But now Kanye is like on his fuck it type shit. And Kanye back then exposed him, paid 6, reported on it. And anyway, Candace Owens, I did not do my research on trying to see her interview with Kanye to see if, when they talked about this, but she resurfaced this again, just like she resurfaced the T.I. debate panel situation during when the presidential the shit was going on, and she was riding hard for Donald Trump, literally riding hard for Donald Trump just to not get a job. Clock that. So if you, when you rewatch those videos back, you'll see that she was riding hard for Donald Trump. She wouldn't denounce the racial shit for all the people in the back who has black kids or black men, children or nephews, or somewhere along the line, you know, a black man that you care about. For those people, you know, they felt like she didn't give a damn about them, and because she wouldn't say that some of the things that Donald Trump did or was doing, or that's currently doing now, because that video was in the past and we're living in the present. So what is currently going on now, she spoke it out about the migration thing. Donald Trump definitely shut down the borders because immigrants, Hispanic was outnumbering the blacks. Hispanics was the new blacks, and they voted for Trump. They won't again, but they did, and they were having kids at alarming rates, where black people stopped having kids like that. So they were being the new minority, the new blacks, the new just taking over, right? So she spoke out on that. So not all things that she say is wrong. So again, I agree with her to all the commenters in the back who don't like my voice, and I say fuck you. And then and also the people who think that I don't agree with what this woman is saying. I'm a black man, so everything she said was not wrong. But at that time, she thought she would have a job with Trump and his current cabinet. And as you see, that did not happen, but we still have 3 years ahead of us. Maybe he'll hire her like he hired that old TV judge lady who was under his nutsack for all these months, and he finally gave her a cabinet job. So maybe Candace will still get a job, so I don't want to count her out. But at that time, when he became president, all that riding for him shit didn't happen, okay? And I hear that she was even mad at him currently, but I don't know. I'm not fact checking, but people wonder why I was putting the MAGA hat on her. When you see this video again, you'll see that I'm still gonna put the MAGA hat on her, because she seemed to think that the MAGA movement is a total right-wing thing, okay? That's something that all conservatives feel. And that's not true. And that's what T.I. was trying to tell her, and he became her op. But anyway, her talking about Kanye, she's saying this guy drugged Kanye. She's still investigating it. What type of investigation you doing? People who want to jump in the comments and say, oh, she did speak about it. Do your research as a content creator. Okay, I did enough research. Okay, what did you find out, lady? It's been 2 years now. You should have been able to jump on Jason Lee and say more than what you said if you already investigated this. What type of investigation? A white seal or whatever, a top secret, type shit, a white collar. I don't know. Anyway, what type of secret clearance are you getting on this, or what type of investigation you doing? Because that's a long ass investigation. Anything over 30 days, that investigation is too damn long, and you're dragging your feet. So you need to hurry up and get us some answers. All right. But anyway, I looked into this guy, Harley Parternak, and he come off to me like a corrupt individual. I believe Kanye on that as well. Another thing that I agree with. Okay? But I'm still going to give Candace Owens the Heau of the day. But no, I want to give the Heau of the day to the Harley Parternak guy. And also, speaking of Kanye, you got Cameron, who I wish I had that star power like that. Look, I'm going to put it in my comments. If you guys know anyone who can help me get an interview with Kanye's cousin, if you know what jail he's in, let me know. Put it in my comments. If you guys know Kanye's cousin, because Cameron is calling for everyone or anyone who knows anything about Kanye's cousin, who was younger than him, who's now in prison for killing a pregnant woman, who Kanye used to suck his dick or whatever. Cameron is calling out because he want an interview with this guy, whether he's in prison or not. And I'm a small timer, but if you guys know the person, please leave it in the comments. And I'm with Cameron. I want to get an interview with that guy too. I want to know more about this. Anyway, y'all have a great day on purpose, and love up on people. Love first, and turn the other cheek if you can. All right. So anyway, have a great day, and